Welcome, everyone. This session is being recorded for anyone who is not with us today live, that they'll be able to access this. And Jenifer is about to share a video screen here. And one of the things I wanted to do was start by letting you all know that this is a trial. You're all guinea pigs. This is our first interactive Storytime webinar. And Jenifer was willing to be our wonderful model here and experiment with live video webinar. And one of the things we really want you to do is to put, you know, if you're in an office or if you're in a cubicle like myself, where you have a little bit of privacy, we really want you to engage and sing and rhyme along with Jenifer today. In the course registration,
go shut your door.
There was a list of books. Yeah, go shut your door. There was a list of books that we recommend that you try to have on hand today, if possible. And then, of course, there are handouts in the bottom right. Those flyers, there's a set of handouts for this webinar and a flyer from Jenifer on summer reading. So you're welcome to take a look at that. And without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Jenifer to get started. So thanks for joining us, everyone.
Thanks, Kathy, and thanks so much to the Libraries of Michigan for experimenting with this first live video. So hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here today to share some ideas with you. Very excited about this being the first of 3 in a series to help you engage with young patrons and their families. This one's called Put the Book Down and Tell It. So I'm happy to be here with you. I have been a storyteller, professional storyteller for 25 years, and before that I was a teacher. So I taught 2nd grade and then I taught 6th grade. 2nd grade for 2 years, 6th graders for 8 years, but I learned very quickly that storytelling was an incredible tool to use with my students no matter what age they were. It was the last group of 6th graders and a journey that we went on that year that showed me that telling stories and engaging in stories orally was the way that I could inspire them and motivate them to become writers. And so we went on a journey that year and created a process for telling stories and then writing stories. And at the end of that year, I quit my job. And it wasn't because I didn't love that group of students. It was more because they had inspired me to see the power of storytelling and how it works as a literacy and language tool for all ages. So we're going to be sharing a lot of ideas today, and I'm happy to be here with you. So one of my books, the first book, is called Telling Stories, and is filled with some of the ideas that I'm going to share with you today, available on my website. There's 2 CDs. One's an early childhood CD called You Tell a Tale, also on the website, and it was contracted by the Institute on Media and the Family as an alternative to screen time for children. And then a CD called Michigan Legends and Lore, and at the end of our time together today, I'll show you how you can get a free download MP3 of this whole CD. So the handouts that I have provided for you all is not something that you have to have right in front of you today. It's more going to be a guide later on to give you the resources you need to put into action some of the tips and tools that I'm going to share with you today. So it's a big old fat handout. And it's filled with all kinds of information, from tips for learning a story to lists of stories that are tellable, really good tellable tales. There's a couple articles of research that I think will be very valuable to you if you want to share with parents of young children. There's some great easy facts in there that to help them understand why language experiences are so important to them. And so you can take a look at that later. The second handout is my summer reading, which is Singing a Story, Telling a Song. The reason I put that in there is our second webinar on December 19th is going to be all about moving and grooving and rhyming. So that's in there to kind of help you understand that that kind of extends over into summer reading. So you ready to begin? I always like to start my groups with warm-up songs for a couple of reasons. One, it gets us all comfortable together in the room. It helps everyone see that they can participate at whatever level that they are ready to participate at, but that participation's going on around them. And it just helps us to get loosened up and ready for more fun. So I always start with a song that I think most of my listeners will have known already. And you're going to know this song. And I add verses to the song depending on what season it is, depending on what we're focusing on that story time, or depending on what the group is focused on. So the song goes like this, and I'll share some new verses that I've added to the song, and you'll recognize it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. Happy faces. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. I added this verse this summer. If you like to eat ice cream, rub your tummy, oh yeah. If you like to eat ice cream, rub your tummy, oh yeah. Let me back up so you can see it. If you like to eat ice cream and you think it's really yummy, if you like to eat ice cream, rub your tummy, oh yeah. If you want to hear a story, say all right. All right. You want to hear a story, say all right. If you want to hear a story, then you're really going to show me. If you want to hear a story, say all right. Last week I was working with first graders, and a first grader came up to me and added this next verse. It was awesome. He said, you know, if you can tell a story, you can write it. And I said, okay. And that became the next verse to this song. So if you can tell a story, you can write it. And we're going to say, okay. If you can tell a story, you can write it. Okay. If you can tell a story, then it's easier to write it. Okay. If you can tell a story, you can write it. Okay. Isn't that a beautiful verse? First grader who was working on telling stories and writing stories came up with that verse. So I keep adding them. The point of that is that we can make up songs, and parents can make up songs with kids. And it's so good for kids to sing along and make up their own verses. So good for their brain development and literacy development. So I'm going to stand up now and move back to show you this other warm-up song, and it's great to start with. It's also great if you're in the middle of a story time and you feel like they need to move a little bit or you need a break. It's a stretching song that I made up a while ago when I had a group that needed a break. So I'll show you that one. And these, the words to all of these are in your packets. I'm on a short cord here, you guys. Okay, so the words to these songs are in your packets. The happy and you know it is not because I figured you knew it, right? So this one goes like this. I can reach up to the sky. I can touch the ground. Put my hands upon my hips and wiggle myself around. Put one hand up and one hand down. Now do the other side. Shake the hand of my good friend. And they'd go out and shake the hand of a friend or a parent. Then give them a high five. Slap. Right? So let's do that one more time. I can reach up to the sky. Back down. I can touch the ground. Put my hands upon my hips. Wiggle myself around. One hand up and one hand down. This is intended to be a stretch, right? Do the other side. Shake the hand of my good friend. Then give him a high five. Smack. So that's a stretch, and get ready to listen, get ready to learn song, or if you need a break in a story time, it's a great one for that. So before I go into the stories from books that I'm going to share with you and how to put that book down and tell it, I'm going to talk just a little bit about brain science. Now, I know I'm preaching to the choir here. I know that for sure. But I just want to remind us of a few things. And so check this out. I made a brain cell. How cool is that, right? So I made a brain cell out of pipe cleaners. And you know what, you guys? It's a great way to explain to parents how their children's brains are developing and how those neural nets are connecting to one another. So this is a brain cell. This is the axon. That's the cable that information zips up and down. These are the branches, or otherwise known as dendrites, and whenever a little person learns something new, that dendrite will connect to another nerve cell dendrite, and it will wire. It'll fire and wire depending on what they are learning. Okay? So I want to tell you that when a baby's born, they are born with 100, catch this, 100 billion nerve cells. 100 billion nerve cells. And each of those nerve cells has the potential to connect with 10,000 other branches or dendrites. If you do the quick math on that, that's the possibility of 1 quadrillion connections that those nerve cells could make. But that's if nerve cells in a child's brain connected one to another. But that's not how it works. So when a child is developing and their brain cells are developing, they don't connect one to one. They connect to whatever it is they're learning or experiencing at the time. It's like the 88 keys on a piano. There's a limited number of keys on that piano, but there's an infinite number of combinations that could be played in music on that piano. Same concept with the nerve cells in a child's brain. So when a child is born, only 17% of their brain is already wired. 17%. That means that 83% of that child's brain is wired or connected after birth. And the 83% is totally experience dependent. So there's two things that determine the wiring of that child's brain. One is what I call the hardwiring. That's the genetics they are born with, the 17% that's already wired. The 83% is experience. So neuroscientists have a saying, whatever nerve cells fire together are the ones that will wire together. The more they fire together, the better that connection will be between those nerve cells. So after birth, everything a child hears, sees, listens to, tastes, feels, experiences is what determines that 83% of their wiring. Now that also means that everything they're not hearing, not seeing, not experiencing is going to delay their brain development. Those neural net connections are not going to be made. So there are two growth spurts in the human brain. One is from prenatal to 3 years old, the one that we're really focused on today. The other growth spurt is from puberty to adolescence. And during those growth spurts, especially prenatal to 3 years of age, the dendrites on the end of every one of those nerve cells are reaching out and extending. It's like their brain is on fire. They're ready to learn. We call this a window of opportunity or a window of sensitivity, meaning it's a great time for learning and development to happen. So that time is incredibly critical for us and parents and family members and teachers to give that child as much language experience as they can. So that's the neural nets, right? So 83% of that development is coming after birth and is dependent on experiences that that child is having. The experiences we're going to share today are all great for connecting those neural nets. There's two other tools I want to show you that you can use with parents as you talk to them about how important language experience is to their young ones. So the first one I use when I'm talking to kids, and I know this looks so silly, it's a funnel, right? And I call it the language funnel so that children and parents can see that every time we sing a song together, words go into our brain, meaning those neural nets are connecting. Every time we share a story, every time we read a book, every time we play a game, dance with children in the library or the living room, have a running commentary or conversation with them as we're doing anything throughout the day, all of that language experience is so important. Words are going into their brain and connecting. The other tool I share with parents is that prefrontal cortex part of their children's brain is really like a movie screen inside their brain. So their children have a movie screen, and every time we share a story or a song or we imagine, those images or pictures are forming in their brain. And if we can get them to talk about those images, draw them, sing about them, write about them, share stories, then they're using those images and they're using their language. So in your packet, one of the articles that I've included is an article about how many words a child needs to hear before the age of 3 if they're going to be proficient readers by 3rd grade. And the magic number is 30,000 words, and I'm sure you've probably heard this before. So what is 30,000 words? That is reading the book The Cat in the Hat 18 times. So it may sound like not much to us, but in families that aren't using a lot of language, they're just giving directional language cues, then that child is not getting 30,000 words spoken to them by the time they are 3 years old. And it's critical that they hear those words. And I have read and researched the article you have that it's not so much the quality of the language, it's the quantity that that child hears. So we're going to spend the rest of our time together today in this webinar sharing stories, and we're going to put the book down. So the first one I want to share with you is a story that most children know, a story that most children will have heard, and I love to use this one because it's already familiar to them. That story is already wired in their brain, and they can feel successful right at the beginning of the story. So on your list, I asked you to look for versions of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and I know there are many out there. My favorite one right now is Jan Brett's version. Beautiful pictures, great words, right? So that is one version that I've used. But you can start this story time by reading many versions, or you can start this story time by tapping into their prior knowledge and doing the story in the version I'm going to show you, and then going and looking at several versions of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So this story time is about how many different versions there are of stories and how we can create our own. So I'm going to be here doing this, and I'm going to back up a little bit to show you, because there's rhythm and rhyme and movement and action in this story. So with groups that are a little older, I ask them to help me keep a beat by snapping their fingers. With groups that are a little younger, if they don't know that trick yet, I tell them they can use their hands on their laps and keep a beat. So I'm going to snap so you can see me do this rhythm. I think it's a little easier to follow along because you can't see my lap. So here's how I get them interested. I say, we're going to do a story now. Another version of a story that you all know really well. So I'm going to tell you the characters, and I want you to be thinking if you know this story or not. And as soon as you recognize this story, I want you to put your finger up like this. So in this story, there's a Papa Bear. And in this story, there's a Mama Bear. And in this story, there's a hey, Bobbery Bear, wee bear. Some fingers will be going up now with most groups of kids. And then I say, in this story, there's a girl named Goldilocks, and everybody's up, right? They know this story. So I ask them to keep the beat, and I introduce them to their parts in this version of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So when I say the Papa Bear, you're going to say, rah, rah. You ready? Papa Bear. Do it out there. Rah, rah. And when I say the Mama Bear, you're going to say, oh my, the Mama Bear. Oh my! And when I say the hey Bobbery Bear, wee bear, you're gonna say ooh, 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 ooh. The hey Bobbery Bear, wee bear. Let's do it. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think we're ready. Now, I know you're sitting in your offices and your cubicles and you think, I'm just going to watch this lady. I'm not going to do it. But you know as well as I do how important repetition is to our brains. So I encourage you to do this with me so that you can learn these stories and you can have them in your set, your skill set from now on. You ready? This is the story of the Three Bears. There was a Papa Bear, rawr, rawr, a Mama Bear, oh my, a hey Bobbery Bear, wee bear, who said ooh, 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 ooh. Now in the fall, before they snooze, this family of bears went out for a cruise. In walked the girl with the blonde curly hair. She walked right in just to see what was there. When the bears came home after being out, there was something strange, there was no doubt. You ready? Well, someone's been sitting in my chair, said the Papa Bear. Rawr, rawr. Higher voice. Someone's been sitting in my chair, said the Mama Bear. Oh my! Well, hey, Bobbery Bear, said the little wee bear. Someone sat on my seat. Ooh, 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 ooh. Well, someone's been eating my porridge, said the Papa Bear. Rawr,
Rawr,
rawr.
rawr.
Someone's been eating my porridge, said the Mama Bear. Oh my! Well, hey, Baba Wee Bear, said the little wee bear. Someone tasted my goop. Ew,
Ooh,
ew,
ooh,
ew, ew, ew. Well, someone's been sleeping in my bed, said the Papa Bear. Rawr, rawr.
rawr.
Someone's been sleeping in my bed, said the Mama Bear. Oh my! Well, hey, Baba Wee Bear, said the little wee bear. There's a girl right there with blonde curly hair. Ooh, 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 ooh. Well, up jumped the girl with the blonde curly hair. She jumped right up and ran out of there. Bye, bye, said the Papa Bear. Rawr, rawr. Bye, bye, said the Mama Bear. Ooh, my. Well, hey, Baba Wee Bear, said the little wee bear. We'll catch you later, Goldilocks. So their hands on their hips, they're pointing in some direction, you show them, and they're saying, we'll catch you later, Goldilocks. Let's do it. We'll catch you later,
We'll catch you later,
Goldilocks.
Goldilocks.
That's the story of the three bears. The Papa Bear, rawr, rawr. The Mama Bear, oh my. And the Hey Baba Wee Bear who said ooh, 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 ooh. And that's the three bears. Nice job out there, you guys. Hoping that you were doing that with me. So the words to that are in your packet. There's a version of it on my Young Childhood CD, but if you ever need me to get you into the rhythm of it, just call me and we'll sing it together and you'll have the tune in your head so you can use that. So it's a great way to get them involved physically, with rhythm and rhyme, with movement in a story that they already know. So that one's really good for teaching the fact that there's other versions to stories and they are welcome to come up with their own versions of stories. So the second one that I want to do with you today, and the point of the second story, is that it's a favorite author of mine who's prolific as an author, and there's a few things that I want to tell you about him before we do this story together. So the book we're going to be putting down here in a minute is called Mortimer, and it's by Robert Munsch. And the reason I love Robert Munsch so much is that he has written, as of today, I counted on his website, 50 books. He started off as a storyteller in a child care center. Someone encouraged him to publish his stories, and now Robert Munsch says the only way he'll write a story, ever, is if he has told it 100 times. So the reason these books are so great for telling or putting them down to tell is they've already been told, they're already in narrative form, they're easy to learn, and they always have a child as the center character and always a child-based focus to the stories. So here's how I do Mortimer. I tell everybody about Robert Munsch. I tell them how many books he has, that they're all wonderful. And then I tell them that we're going to be doing a story called Mortimer, written by Robert Munsch. And if you have the big book of this, it's much easier to do this. If it's a small group sitting in front of you, it's okay to use a smaller version, but I only show them the pictures. So we start predicting, only by using the pictures, what story this is going to be or what's going to happen to Mortimer. So I focus on the picture. Let me see if I can get over here like this. Maybe that'll be a little easier. Focus on the picture on the front, and I say, what's little Mortimer doing? He's in his bed. What's he doing? And they'll say, well, he's singing or he's yelling. Let's find out what's going to happen. So if Mortimer's yelling in his bed, who's this who comes up to talk to him? Can you see this all right? Kathy, am I focusing this all right?
It's Mama.
You still there, Kath? Okay, is it okay? Okay. So I say, who is this? And you know there's going to be many answers in this day and age. This could be babysitter, mom, grandma, neighbor, friend of dad's, so we let them have all those answers come out. And I say, what do you think she's telling Mortimer? Well, she's telling him to be quiet, to go to sleep. The next picture is this. And I say, did he go to sleep? Well, of course not. What is he still doing? Singing his little heart out, right? Still singing. The next picture has this person coming up to talk to him. He's looking pretty angry, and I say, who is that? And I let them share whoever they think that is coming up to tell Mortimer to be quiet. And we talk about that and what he's saying. He's telling him to go to bed. Next picture, well, that person's down in the living room. Kitty Cat has his paws over his ears, and there's musical notes floating in the air, right? So what's Mortimer still doing? He's still singing, right? Next picture, whole group of kids came up to tell him to go to sleep. Some kids say brothers and sisters. The last time I did this, the group said, it's the whole football team. And I said, maybe it is. So they're coming up to tell him to be quiet. Does it work? He's still singing. In fact, he's standing up and dancing in his bed now. So it didn't work. Who do they call next? Oh my goodness. They call the police. So here's little Mortimer, and here's the police telling him it's time to go to bed. But does Mortimer go to bed? No. Where does he hide? Under his bed. Everybody gets in an argument about how they're going to be telling him to go to bed. So we talk about, what do you think they're saying? Well, how are we going to make that kid go to bed? It's time for Mortimer to go to sleep, and you'll get all kinds of offers from the audience. And then finally, he has gone to sleep. So I'm going to share this story with you the way I do after sharing the pictures in the book. So I share the pictures, we predict what we think is going to happen in that story, and I put the book down. You can go back and read it later, or you can encourage your listeners to check that book out of the library and go and read it, right? So we're going to learn the song in this story, the one that Mortimer's singing, and then we're going to tell the story. He's singing this: clangety clang clang, bangety bang bang, I'm gonna sing my song all night. You ready to try it? Clangety clang clang, bangety bang bang, I'm gonna sing my song all night. That's the song. One night it was Mortimer's bedtime. Mortimer's mother grabbed him by his little hand and marched him all the way up the stairs to his bedroom. And this is participation, so we're marching with our hands on our laps. She opened up Mortimer's squeaky bedroom door. Weep! She put Mortimer in his bed, pulled the covers up under his chin, and then in a very motherly voice, she said, Mortimer, be quiet. Now let's do that together. Ready? Mortimer, be quiet. Mortimer looked up at his mother and said, okay, Mom. Yeah. She shut his squeaky bedroom door, and she came all the way back downstairs. But just as soon as she got to the bottom step, way up in his bedroom, Mortimer started to sing. Clangety clang clang, bangety bang bang, I'm gonna sing my song all night. Clangety clang clang, bangety bang bang, I'm gonna sing my song all night. Well, Mortimer's dad was in the family room, reading the evening paper. He heard Mortimer singing up in his bedroom, and he folded that evening paper. He put it down next to his big green chair, and he went all the way up to Mortimer's bedroom, up the steps. He opened Mortimer's squeaky bedroom door, and with a great big fatherly finger, he said, Mortimer, be quiet. Mortimer looked up at his dad from over his covers and said, okay, Daddy. Yeah. And so Mortimer's dad shut his bedroom door. Came all the way back down the steps. As soon as he sat down in his comfy green chair in the family room and picked up the paper, way up in his bedroom, Mortimer started singing. Clangety clang clang, bangety bang bang, I'm gonna sing my song all night. Clangety clang clang, bangety bang bang, I'm gonna sing my song all night. Well, Mortimer had 13 brothers and sisters. And they were trying to do their homework, but they heard their little brother singing in his bedroom. So they all went upstairs to Mortimer's bedroom. And it's a little louder now, right? There's 13 of them. The oldest sister opened Mortimer's squeaky bedroom door. And they all pointed their fingers at their little brother and said, Mortimer, be quiet. Mortimer looked up at his brothers and sisters and said, hi, you guys. Okay. Yeah. They shut his squeaky bedroom door. Reep. boom, and all 13 brothers and sisters came back downstairs. But as soon as they sat down to finish their homework, up in his bedroom, Mortimer started singing again. Clangety clang clang, bangety bang bang, I'm gonna sing my song all night. Clangety clang clang, bangety bang bang, I'm gonna sing my song all night. This family did not know what to do to help Mortimer go to sleep. Mother got up, grabbed her cell phone, and she called the police. It wasn't long before 2 police officers showed up at their door. Mother answered the door and pointed up the stairs to Mortimer's bedroom, and those police officers went up like this. Slower now, right? Boom, boom, boom. They opened Mortimer's squeaky bedroom door. They got out their flashlights, turned them on, click, shined their flashlights into Mortimer's bed, but he wasn't in his bed. He was hiding underneath his bed, even though the officer said, Mortimer, be quiet. And they turned off their flashlights, and they shut Mortimer's squeaky bedroom door. Boom. And those 2 officers headed down the steps, thinking that the problem had been solved. But as soon as they put their hand on the door to leave, Mortimer started singing up in his bedroom. Clangety clang clang, bangety bang bang, I'm gonna sing my song all night. Clangety clang clang, bangety bang bang, I'm gonna sing my song all night. This family did not know what to do with Mortimer. They didn't know what to do to help him go to sleep. They were arguing and yelling and arguing, when at the top of the stairs, and this is a different ending than I got from another student, at the top of the stairs there stood Mortimer, and he called out, Hey everybody, a kid can't get any sleep in this house. Be quiet. And that's an alternative ending to the story called Mortimer by Robert Munsch. So that's how you put the book down on this one. The pictures are wonderful for predicting. You can read the story afterwards, or again, like I said, you can encourage them to take this one and many other Robert Munsch books out of the library and read them and then tell those stories again because they're so easy to learn. So that's Mortimer, one of the books to put down and tell. So I want to share with you the way that I have adapted this one. And Robert Munsch, there's a few Robert Munsch examples in your packet, but I just want you to jot down Robert Munsch and all the books by Robert Munsch. Kath, I just froze. Am I frozen on your end?
You are frozen on my end.
All right, is there anything we can do to unfreeze me? I look disgusting. Let's see.
Just the video again.
All right. Sorry about this, you guys. Everybody doing okay out there? I'll start my webcam again. Start sharing again.
Uh-oh.
Great. I don't even see me now.
You're frozen on my screen.
You can hear me, but the video is frozen. Thanks for that feedback. Oh Lord. Wonder what I should try. I wonder why it froze. Should I go to video again on the pods?
Yep.
Okay, let's see what happens. Start my webcam and share my video. Sure. Oh, you guys, this is we were worried about this because we're doing this for the first time. I don't know if anyone has any suggestions for how to get me back up there again.
I'm trying to get some tech, but if you want to go on with the next one and talk through it.
All right. Oh, this is too sad, you know? Hang on, I'm trying it one more time. So I will just continue talking if that's okay with everyone, but boy, the visuals on this one are really, really important. I might skip this one and save this one for our next webinar since it's very visual, and I'll go on to the third book that I was going to share with you. So there is a beautiful book, and it was originally written in Spanish and then translated into English, and it's called The Night of the Stars. And it's just a lovely folktale from Venezuela that I've been sharing for years. Now again, I share the pictures first because it's another book that really lends itself to predicting what might happen in this story. The pictures are beautiful. And if you have bilingual audiences and you know Spanish, you could read the one in Spanish version, and then the English version, because they're both available. So it's called The Night of the Stars, and what I'm going to do is just tell you the story, and I want you to go into your movie screens while we're trying to fix the webcam, and just listen to this story and picture all the beautiful scenes in it. So your parts in this story, when we get to this part, is to say, night again, terrible night. So let's try that together. Night again, terrible night. And I would ask the audience if they had ever been afraid of the dark, and most little kids have, and I would admit to them that I had also been afraid of the dark when I was young. A long time ago, at the base of a mountain, in a small village, there lived a man who did not like the night. Oh, he was afraid of the dark. Now, during the daytime, when the sun was high in the sky, he was happy, and he would leave his small cottage and go out onto his farm, and he would spend his time watering all the vegetables in his garden. Now, if you saw me, I'd be holding a watering can, just pretend, and they would help by watering the vegetables by making this sound effect. He would go into the barn and feed all of his animals, and again, pretend to have a grain scoop and feed the animals by making this sound. Shoop, 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 shoop. And after all the chores were done, why, he would head out the back of the barn and sit down in the late afternoon sunlight, and he would weave the most beautiful baskets. But just as soon as the sun would start to set behind that mountain, this man, who was afraid of the dark, would get anxious and nervous and frightened. He always looked up at the darkening sky and said the same thing. I'll say it, you say it right after me. Night again. Night again. Terrible night. Terrible night. He would load his baskets up into his arms, call for his dog, Fred. Come here, Fred. And they would go home and lock themselves up in their cottage. Well, every once in a while, he would go over to the windows and look out, but there was nothing to see but darkness, and so this man would go under his covers, and he would try to go to sleep. One morning, the sun rose, and it was light outside, and so the man left his cottage, and he was happy. He went out on that day, and he did his chores. He watered all the vegetables in the garden. He fed all the animals in the barn. Shoop, 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 shoop. And when all the chores were done on the farm, he headed out the back of the barn, and he sat down to weave his beautiful baskets. He lost all track of time that day, and he looked up and realized that the sun had already, that's right, the sun had already set, was already going down. And he felt that terrible, nervous feeling come over him, and he looked up at the darkening skies, and he said, night again, night again, terrible night, terrible night. He gathered up his baskets, called for his dog, Fred. Come here, Fred. And they headed for home. Now, he was just about ready to lock himself up in that cottage when all of a sudden he remembered something. Something his mother had told him when he was just a little boy. One night she was putting him to bed, and that night she pulled the covers up and she said, you know, you shouldn't be afraid of the night. The night is a very nice woman. Now, he remembered thinking that how could the night be a nice woman? And he also remembered feeling like his mother was just telling him this that night so that he could go to sleep. But then again, he remembered that his mother had never lied to him. And why would she? And so that night, instead of locking himself up in the cottage, why, he decided to go up to the top of the mountain to see if the night was a nice lady. He pulled on his boots, his hiking boots. We're pantomiming this with the group. He grabbed his walking stick. Shoop. And he started to climb, but first he called for Fred. Come here, Fred. And together they climbed, and they climbed. They climbed, and they climbed until he was standing on the top of that mountain. And even though he was frightened by the darkness, He looked up and he said, "Night, I want you to stop." And for a moment, the night stopped moving. And she spoke back to the man in a cool, low voice. And the night said, "What is it? What can I do to help you?" He looked up and said, "My mother was right. The night is a really nice woman. Night, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, and I don't mean you any harm, but I don't like you. When you come, you take all the light away, and I think you know I'm a little afraid of you." The night said, "Yes, man, I know that's true, but how can I help you?" He looked up again and said, "Night, tell me something. When you come, where do you put all the light? Where do you hide it?" She said, "Oh, man, when I come, the light all hides, and I wait for them, and I show them with my hands behind my back. It hides behind me. I can't do anything about that, and neither can you." She stretched out her long, dark arms and draped them down and across the sky, and it was dark and quiet, and he knew that his talk with the night was over. He grabbed his walking stick. He called for Fred. "Come here, Fred." And together that night they hiked down the mountain. He went into his cottage and he tried to go to sleep, but it was no use. All he could think about was that conversation he had had with the night. The next morning the sun rose. He went out and he watered all the vegetables, ka-goom, 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 fed all the animals in the barn, shoop, 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 shoop. And that afternoon when he came out of the barn and the sun was starting to go down, he started to weave those baskets, but all of a sudden he got an idea. He went back to his cottage and put on his hiking boots. He grabbed his walking stick. Shoop. He called for Fred. "Come here, Fred." And even though it was getting dark out, he climbed up that mountain again. They climbed and they climbed. They climbed and they climbed until he was standing on the very top of it. But this time he didn't talk to the night. This time he made a great big pointer with his index finger. And even though you can't see me out there, you guys, I want you to do this with me, all right? Great big pointer with your index finger. He felt around for the perfect spot above his head, and then he blasted a hole through the night. And when I say go, I want you to do the same. Ready? Go. And when he pulled his finger out of the night, it sounded like this. Ah! When he looked up, there was a tiny little twinkly light above his head, and the man said, "That's more like it." When he saw that he could poke holes through the night to the light that was hiding behind, he started poking holes all across the sky, and I invite my audience to do the same. It sounded like this out there that night. Fred even got up on his hind legs and helped him poke some holes. And when they were finished, the sky was filled with thousands of twinkly lights, and the man said, "That's more like it." Now he was about to grab his walking stick and head back down the mountain when he turned around and realized that he could make an even bigger light in the sky. And this time, he made a fist. And he wound that fist up with all his power, and then he punched a great big hole in the night. Ugh! And he pulled his fist out of that night sky. And when he did, there was a beautiful round spotlight shining down on him. And the man looked up and said, "That's more like it." In all of that light, he and Fred climbed down the mountain without any trouble. They climbed and they climbed and they climbed until they got back to the village. And when they got back to the village, they realized that everyone in their village had gotten up in the middle of the night. They were singing and dancing and having a wonderful celebration underneath all the lights in the sky that the man had made. And it's been that way ever since, that if you go outside on a clear night, you will see what he made, for there will be 1,000 twinkling stars, and if you're lucky, on a certain time of month, one great big full moon. And that's a story called The Night of the Stars. So I hope listening to it allowed you to go up into your movie screens and see every step of that story. Let me know if you could see all the parts of that story as you were listening. Because I'm feeling kind of all alone out here.
Can you try the video again on under pods?
Sure, I'll try it again. Yeah, if you could envision any of that while I was telling that story, tell me what was going on in your brain and what you were seeing on your movie screen.
Yep.
Let's see if I can get this going again. Oh yeah, movie screen. The kids love it too, Sarah. They love that term.
Toward the sky. Says,
all right, let's see if we can get me back up there with you again.
Jenifer, I'm
not seeing
log
me.
out, like close your screen completely, and then log back in.
Yeah, poking.
Okay. Keep typing.
Oh.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, hang on, you guys. Hold tight. So, Kathy, in logging out, am I just Xing right out and doing like starting from scratch?
Oh.
Okay.
She's not frozen.
I hope to see you in a moment. Oh, Joy says I can see you. Really?
Frozen still. Okay. Okay. Yep. And then while Jenifer's logging out, what were some other movements you all pictured if you were telling that story? I know there was a moment where he grabs his staff. Would you pretend to have a staff? Would you have an actual prop there with you? Give us some ideas for the Night of the Stars. Let's see here. We have Bridget saying point in the sky. Dancing fingers. Anybody else with some movements they were picturing? Sarah's typing. And while we give Jenifer a minute to log back in, and hopefully her bandwidth will be back. Sarah, can you hear me? Oh boy, this is technology at its best. Okay, Jenifer's back in. I just got to move her up. Okay, I've moved Jenifer back up to presenter, so she's going to hook up her mic and then try the video.
All right, I'm back on the audio. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I'm going to try the video again. Start my webcam. There we are! Start sharing. Can you see me?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yay. Oh, yay. All right. Sorry about that, you guys. Oh, my goodness. So sorry. So here's the book, The Night of the Stars. And again, before I tell that story, we go through the pictures, and then I put that down. We tell that story together, so the kids are punching those holes, and they're making that fist to punch that moon, and they're saying, night again, terrible night with you, so lots of participation. So we're going to end this one, and I end it with a song. And this song goes right with this story, and it's a lovely song for early childhood, easy to learn, and I want you to sing it with me, okay? So I'm seeing, okay, so Dawn, you're saying you can see everything, great, okay. So you guys, you ready for this? Let me back up a little bit. The words to this song is in your packet, and you start with the stars up here like this, twinkling, and it goes like this. The stars at night, they twinkle-link-a-link. Let's do it together. The stars at night, they twinkle-link-a-link. Then we point up. Way up in the sky. Away up in the sky. Then we make the moon. The moon at night, it blink-a-link-a-links. The moon at night, it blink-a-link-a-links. And then you point to your eye. It shines right in my eye. It shines right in my eye. The skunks at night, they stink-a-link-a-link. Here's our friend. The skunks at night, they stink-a-link-a-link. I wish they'd say goodbye. I wish they'd say goodbye. Oh, twinkle-link-a-link. Oh, blink-a-link-a-link. Oh, stink-a-link-a-link. Oh, my. And I have them stand right up to do this song so that they can get some movement in. And on the oh, my part, they sit right back down again. So let's do it together. The stars at night, they twinkle-link-a-link, away up in the sky. The moon at night, it blink-a-link-a-links, it shines right in my eye. The skunks at night, they stink-a-link-a-link, I wish they'd say goodbye. Oh, twinkle-link-a-link, oh, blink-a-link-a-link, oh, stink-a-link-a-link. And to get them to sit down again, we go like this. Oh, my, and back down to the floor. So that is a song and story combination for those two. And so we put that book down and we tell it. So Kathy, because of the technical difficulties, we are at 10 to 4. I want to have time for questions. I also had another story that I wanted to share. So what do you think we should do here?
I'm pretty happy with sharing the next story if people want to start typing their questions in. And it looks like Michelle wants stories.
Story. Okay.
Yep. So
excellent.
Start the story, and we can run about 5 minutes over things.
Is that okay with everybody? 5 minutes over? Okay, I will do a quick version of this story. There's something I didn't show you, you guys, so I'll do the story and then I'll show you some other props and we'll back up a little bit. Alright, so I know that you hear about this guy in your libraries all the time, and I know he's in great demand, and my new favorite book right now, right? Pete the Cat. And if you have experienced any of Eric Litwin's books, his 40 books right now, you'll know that they are very engaging, they're very cool, they have a ton of rhythm, and there's usually a song that goes along with them. Now, I am going to share with you Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. But if you have read this story, you know that there isn't a lot of a storyline. I mean, the buttons pop off your shirt. It's a wonderful read, and especially for the young ones, this is an awesome book. But I'm going to tell this story with you. And again, there's always that choice of reading it first with your audience and then putting that book down and telling it with them one-on-one engaged, eye contact, group participation, and for me, usually a prop to help us with. So here's the one that I made, and I got to get up and do this full body for you. And I got to get it over my earphones here. So check out Pete the Cat, right? So we invite Pete to join us for this story. And this is Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. One of them is orange. Let me back up a little bit more. One of them is green. One of those buttons is red, and the last button is blue. So we're going to tell the story of Pete the Cat with Pete's help today. Now we need to learn the song, and that way you got to have your thumbs up. And if you already know this song, you can help everyone else in this group learn that song. You ready? My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Let's do it. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. You ready? I think we're ready. One day, Pete the Cat woke up, and he let out a great big kitty cat yawn. Let's do that. It's a meow yawn. Meow. It was a beautiful day outside, and so Pete put on his favorite yellow shirt. He loved that yellow shirt because it had how many? 4 groovy buttons. One of them was orange. One of them was green. One of them was red. That's right. And the last button was blue. He put his shirt on, ran down the steps, grabbed his red skateboard out of the hallway, went outside and put that skateboard down on the sidewalk. Pete hopped on that skateboard, gave a couple kicks, and he was flying down the sidewalk. Whoa! When all of a sudden Pete hit a bump in the sidewalk. boom. And when he landed, look what happened. Boing. One of the buttons fell off his shirt. Which one was it? The orange button. Pete looked down and saw that he lost one of the buttons off his favorite yellow shirt. By now they're saying that with us, right? But did Pete the cat cry? We say this. Goodness, no. Let's try it. Did Pete the cat cry? Goodness, no. He said, buttons come and buttons go. Let's do it. Buttons come and buttons go. And even though he only had how many left? That's right, 3. He could still sing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Now he spent the whole day at the skateboard park. So you can see how I've added a storyline in the telling. He spent the day at the skateboard park. He was flying down hills. Meow! He was flying up hills. Meow! He even did a kitty cat flip. Meow! Boom! He landed right on his skateboard. But when he did, uh-oh, boing! Another button fell off his shirt. Which one was it? It was the green button, that's right. Pete looked down and saw that he lost another button from his favorite yellow shirt. But did Pete the cat cry? Goodness, no. He said, buttons come and buttons go. And even though he only had how many left? That's right, 2 left. He could still sing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. He was on his way home from the skateboard park, saw the ice cream truck. He flew off the curb and ran right into the truck. And when he did, uh-oh, boing, another button fell off his shirt. It was the red button. Pete looked down and saw that he had lost another button off his favorite yellow shirt. Great repetition in this story. But did Pete the cat cry? Goodness, no. He said, buttons come and buttons go. And even though he only had how many left? 1 button. He could still sing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button. My 1 groovy button. He went into the house, put his red skateboard back in the hallway, went into the living room and dove into that big red easy chair, poof. And when he landed in that chair, look what happened. Boing. The last button came off his shirt. It was the blue button. Pete looked down and saw that all the buttons were gone from his favorite yellow shirt. But did Pete the cat cry? Goodness, no. He said, buttons come and buttons go. He looked down at his shirt, and even though all the buttons were gone, that shirt was wide open. Pete looked down at his open shirt, and he saw that he still had a button. He looked down and saw his belly button. Pete could still sing his song. My button, my groovy belly button. Kids are dying right now, right? They're laughing. My buttons, my groovy belly button. And that's the story of Pete the cat and his 4 groovy buttons. One of them was what color? Orange, that's right. One of them was green. One button was red, and the last button was blue. Say bye, Pete the cat. Bye, Pete the cat. So, of course, I found this pattern on Etsy, you guys, right? So I just went to Etsy, and I put in Pete the cat to see if I could find a pattern for this. A couple pieces of felt, some buttons, a little bit of yarn, and one big glue gun, right? So they love Pete, and it's a wonderful way to make Eric Litwin's stories come to life. And again, that one didn't have much of a storyline, and I ended up adding things to it with the help of some kids. What do you think he's doing? Well, he's going to the skateboard park. What's he going to do there? He's going to fly down hills and up hills. That all came from my listeners. So that's how we engage them to help build that storyline, and then you can go back and read that book again, or you can just tell them to check out as many Pete the Cat books as they can, because they're really wonderful for language development. So that's Pete the Cat. All right, so we are at that time for asking questions. And if you guys have questions for me about this, let me know about how to do this. In your packet, you have Jen's 12 tips for learning a story. That's, I think, the first page on your packet. And then 2 pages of stories that are really good to tell, like Robert Munch books, that are just easy to learn and put that book down. I've got nursery rhymes and common fairy tales that are really easy to learn to tell with groups as well. So let me know if you have questions. Yeah, Pete's so wonderful. Thank you, Macy. I think that is. Thank you. Yep. I'm glad that you can see yourself doing it. That's wonderful. Thank you very much, Autumn. I'm glad that these are really helpful resources for you. And you guys, I'm always available. You want to call me on a slide that Kathy put up, there's my phone number, there's my email. I am happy to talk to you at any time about how to adapt stories. So, have I written a book that, yeah, okay, so the one book, hang on. This book has some of those ideas in there. And it's called Telling Stories, and it's on my website, so you could take a look and order that one. I actually had help from 5 other storytellers to write this book. We combined all our ideas, and there's 26 public domain folk tales in the back of this, so you can try all those ideas out using those stories as well. I'm writing another book right now, and it'll be out next year, and it'll have more of these ideas in it. See if there's, oh, thank you. Thanks, Karen. Thank you. Great. So you guys also, the rhythm and rhyme theme for next summer, and you have my summer reading information, and our next webinar is going to be all about adding rhythm and rhyme and music and song, so it's telling a song and singing a story. So if you are going to attend that next webinar, I'll be glad to have you with us, and it'll be very much like what I'll be presenting all summer for the music theme this summer, Libraries Rock, right?
And December 19th is
Yep.
our next webinar with Jenifer at 2 p.m. And we will record it just like this one. So if you're not able to attend live with us, you can certainly find a time to play it back and interact with us.
I'm just checking to see that I answered all questions. Are there any other questions you guys have for me right now about how to do this? Anybody feeling nervous about putting the book down?
And I'm also wondering how they like this webinar format.
The live format.
Video. Yeah, since you're our guinea pigs, everyone, including Jenifer.
We love it if the technology works, right? I already do some of this. Great to hear that. Great. I need more confidence. Okay, so you know that that's just practice, Sarah, right? You know that you just got to practice in front of a mirror or in front of your cat or the people who love you, right? So you can gain that confidence. Very good. So we like the live format as long as the webcam's working, right?
Good. And I just shared your first tip because I think that's
Yep.
always helped me
Yep.
with any story that I've actually been able to tell without the book is just a story that has a special formula like the Munch
Right.
books, but that also it attracts me.
It has to be one you love. When I was working with those 6th graders, I sent them home to find that book they loved when they were 4, the one they held up and said, read this to me. And that was the first story they learned, and it gave them that confidence. So, and I just saw a comment about singing with kids even though you don't think you have a good voice. I don't have a good singing voice. They don't care, right? They want you to engage and sing with them and give them permission to sing their little hearts out. So you don't have to have a good singing voice to sing with kids. It's harder to remember a story than reading a book. If you read that story over and over and over again, Vicki, then it starts to form a pattern in our brains, and you need to know that our brains are wired for story. Our brains are wired, really wired, with these guys, right, the neural nets, wired for beginning, middle, and end. It's natural to us, and so if you read it over 4 or 5 times and you shut that book, you're going to tell it out loud, and then you'll say, ooh, I think I forgot something. And you go back and you look at what it was that your brain didn't quite grab a hold of, and you read it again, and you shut that book and put it down. The more you tell it, the more you're going to learn it. I've got to tell you, I don't memorize any of my stories. And I have about 465 of them in my repertoire now. None of them are memorized because I go to my movie screen and I ask myself, what's going to happen next? And I see it in an image. What's going to happen next? And I see it in an image. So you got to trust your brain, right? And your brain's going to know that story if you do repetition, just like we tell the kids. With repetition, our brains wire around things, right? And what fires together, wires together, and stays there the more we do it, right?
Jenifer,
Yes.
we do have a question about your songs available for downloading. I mentioned they are in the handouts in print.
Yep.
But do you have any YouTube videos or?
You know, I need to make some YouTube videos with the songs. I do, because I think my YouTube videos, I think I've got the Rainbow song on one, and we're going to do that one next time. And I have the Three Bears somewhere out there on YouTube. But you're right, and I will work on that. That's a great idea, to get those songs and some of this stuff in YouTube and put it out there. So I'll put that on my list for this winter. It's a great idea.
All right. And then did you want to share with us how they can get your CD?
Oh, yeah. My gift to you. Thanks, Cass. So my website's on the slide. And if you go to that website, let me grab the CD so I can show it to you again. You go to the website, a little box is going to pop down at storybetold.com, and it's going to ask you if you want a free download, MP3, of my Michigan Legends and Lore, Stories from Shore to Shore. You'll give me your email. I promise I'm not selling you stuff, or your email. I will send you 3 newsletters a year to let you know where I am and what I'm doing. That's all. So you get a free CD, and it has a poem, a song, some true stories, Paul Bunyan, Turtles story, a scary one, number 7, and a lot of fun. So that's my gift to you, a free download of my Michigan Legends and Lore CD, and I hope you enjoy it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jenifer. Just a note to end that this webinar would not be possible without funding from the Institute of Museum and Library Services. So we really appreciate the federal funds, the LCA dollars that come to the Library of Michigan to offer programming and workshops such as this webinar today to all of our public libraries across the state. So we hope that you'll join us for the next one on December 19th.
Thanks, Sue.
And thank you so much, Jenifer. I know you couldn't hear everybody, but they promised me that you were singing and chanting along with you.
God, join in, right? Thanks, everybody, for being a part of this. I'll see you on December 19th, I hope, and then there's one more following that in January. And thanks for helping us guinea pig this new format. I like it live much better than slides.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you. See you later.
Goodbye, everybody.